We're live.
Hey, what is up, Caffeinds? My name is Perk, founder of the Caffeinds clan. Today, we are joined by a very special guest, this gentleman right here, D Flawless. Give him a warm welcome.
Hello.
We're super excited to chat with him today. As always, we are joined by the podcast host, Will. I'm not going to make any dad jokes, produces right over there.
Yeah,
So,
that's actually not my name because I make a bunch of them.
It's definitely his name. Trying to just preface it and just kind of grease it right into,
Will Dad
you
Jokes
know,
produces.
yep, that's
Will
him.
Make You Sigh produces.
Will,
Willie D for short.
yes, perfect.
Yeah.
We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. We're going to get to know our guest. We got some good little tidbits going on with the TWAB stuff coming up. We're we're a month away
33
from
days. 33 days.
days.
What year is this?
What year is it?
Unfortunately,
Dude, time
2020.
is just folding. We are 33 days away from a brand new DLC, which is starting to show up to be kind of exciting. We were kind of, for D, I know you have not caught up with us, but we're kind of temperate. We're optimistically excited for the new content, trying not to let ourselves get too excited. So that's what we're going on. But Will, take us away. Lead us through.
All right, guys. As
Our
is
agenda.
tradition here on the Caffeinds Cast, we cheers our drinks. D is setting the pace today. No, put the coffee away, sir.
I got
Cheers,
both,
my
though.
friends.
I
How
have
about
two.
both? Cheers.
I have Jameson and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Bless.
That is a combo of the gods.
Really
Dr. Pepper and any whiskey
Little bit of
is my favorite. But D, it's great to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
We are mutual friends with Dan Fanity from the Lost episode of Caffein's Cast.
The famous last
But
episode.
for our viewers, people who may not know you, could you please introduce and describe yourself?
Sure. Yeah, my name's D Flawless. I am a family-friendly Destiny 2 primarily entertainer. I say entertainer because I like to do things outside of Twitch, not just stream. I make funny videos whenever I go live, things like that. So, like to have a good time in my chat and on Twitter and just, basically anywhere you can find me. I'm usually trying to make somebody laugh.
And
But that's the short version.
yeah,
You
dude.
definitely made both of us laugh because when we checked out the skits, I was like, I sent this to you. I was like, you have to watch these. These are fantastic. So
That's
they are phenomenal.
Honestly, the most fun I've had doing prep for a podcast ever. So thank you, D. I do want to jump right into dude, you have the best go live videos and stream intros in the game. I'm not talking about in Destiny, in Twitch.
Hello.
In my opinion, first of all, it's your character work
Yes.
is incredible.
People say that, and I'm just like, nah, surely, I don't really know what everyone else does for their go lives. I'm just having fun, man.
Bro,
So,
it works. It's
They're
amazing.
notable. They're extremely notable.
The timing is amazing.
Yes.
You got something there. And then I was watching your VOD yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, he does karaoke at the top of this. That is the way
that's
to
a
my
new
heart.
addition.
I
That's
love
a new
it,
addition. We recently added the karaoke.
bro.
Okay.
Let's talk about let's talk about these sketches though. How did you start doing that?
So I gotta give a major shout out to Anubis. I came across a random tweet. This was around. I haven't been streaming for very long, so I'm just kind of scrolling through Twitter looking for advice, things like that. And I come across a tweet from Anubis, who's another great Destiny 2 creator. And he's like, oh, tips for new affiliates. Make your going live tweets memorable because people, when they see the same thing, they tend to ignore them. And I was like, all right, I can do something different. And then so from there, it just kind of started with a funny, just a skit. I didn't have any characters at that time, and I just did a little impromptu skit, me by myself, and then that kind of got noticed by another awesome streamer, King Allen, and he encouraged me to kind of keep going and doing that, and just kind of built from there. And then now we have the characters we have. So.
Yeah,
Dude, they're awesome. That's a fantastic way to do it. And honestly, one of the things that you always see, that's great advice because you do kind of see a lot of the same thing. And you know, again, that's always a good indication. You know, like the copying is, you know, always like I forget, I'm misquoting it terribly right now. I'm making it sound awful, but you know what I mean by saying imitation is the
form
of flattery, right?
Right. Yeah.
But having something just different is always, if you have that creativity in you, it's fantastic. So, I mean, we were put in touch with you via Dan, but those skits were phenomenal. So, bravo, sir. Bravo.
Thank you.
Let's so these characters, Auntie Flawless, Uncle Flawless, Showtime Flawless. Like, let's break it down. Like, are these people like that are in your lives? Are these actual like family members of yours?
So it's kind of a mix of everything. Like a lot of it is like different aspects of my own personality, but the specific characters they are based on actual people in my life.
Okay.
So for example, like Auntie Flawless, I have a aunt. Her name is Auntie Z. We call her Z for short. And she's just got that just very bold personality, but like she's all like the Auntie Flawless is like a mixture of her, my grandmother, my real mom, like it just all rolled into one, just cranked up to 10. So uh and
That's
then
awesome.
um as far as Showtime, um I actually started a series of tweets not too long ago called Flawless Facts, just like explaining the characters. So Showtime is what I consider to be my performative side, like just full of confidence, like can do no wrong, is kind of better than everybody, and just you know he's always got something to say, and that's kind of how I am when the light goes on. Like every other, like all the other time, I'm very chill, low key. Like I'm kind of quiet. And then like for whatever reason, I've always had this about myself. Like when it's time to perform, I just perform. Like and just you know, so that's kind of where Showtime came from. And then Uncle Flawless, you know, everybody's got a crazy uncle. So
It's true. It's very true.
he's kind of the crazy uncle, just wants to have a good time, wants to dance, have fun, you know, all taken from real actual people in my life. So
Gotcha.
yes.
Cool.
Amazing.
Love it.
It begs the question, like, do you have like a background in comedy? Is your timing, like the way you shoot everything back and forth, it feels so like natural and just well put together.
Well, I always say I have the soul of a comedian. Like I've never gone on stage. I've never done any of that. But you know, in high school, I was senior class clown. I've always just you know, I like making people laugh, and like I do love good timing. So like I'll watch all kinds of stand up specials and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's where I would attribute the timing aspect of it too. But no official background. I just, you know, I'm just a guy with a camera phone who likes to have fun. So
I'd love to see it, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what it's about. The simple, like, just the pure form of it, not needing to, you know, go further, because the content truly is what really sells it to me, I think. So that's fantastic, dude. I love that.
If you had to pick one of your sketches to like be the emblematic D Flawless sketch, which one would it be?
gosh, so I mean, I'm so proud of everyone. Like even the ones that don't get as much, uh, you know, recognition. Let's call it. But like the most recent one that I did,
Big Joker.
because it was yeah, the big Joker, the most recent one that I did, because it was so difficult to shoot and like to get that like that opening shot where we're all sitting there at the table, like that was like that took me at least 2 hours to just to get it together and to get it to a point. Like it's still not how I want it, but I was like, all right, if I keep playing around with this, I'll never go live today. So like I ended up just pushing it out. But that one, because of the work and you know, you basically accounting for 4 different characters.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that one, but also the I don't know if you saw this one, the Rocky montage.
Yeah.
That one, because you know I was actually kind of out on location, as they say, and just kind of running around the city of New Orleans making the video. So that one was real fun too. But you know, I love them all for different reasons.
My favorite one of yours is the one where Auntie is Auntie's just constantly saying, "Oh, you're grown. Oh, you're grown," and she's
Yeah.
going through the motions. I love that. So you're from New Orleans.
Yes.
Love that city. Beautiful,
No.
beautiful city. Big food
Yep.
scene. Big fan. What was it like? Sort of like growing up there as like an outgoing gamer.
So, yeah, I mean, I've always been a gamer. It's kind of, we were kind of talking about it earlier, back in the days before internet and stuff like that. I was just at home, the gamer. Like people's like, oh, there he is. He's in there playing them video games again. You know how that is, and then it just kind of blossomed. So, but I've always been, let's call it a man of the people, right? So like I'm into everything. I'm into games. I'm into music. I'm into sports. I'm into comedy. So like I like that about myself because it makes me relatable to a lot of people. But I've always dabbled into anything. So if I'm hanging out with the sports people, we could talk sports. Hanging out with the gamer people, we could talk games. So that's I'm a jack of all. Let's call it.
I definitely feel you on that. I definitely have a very similar experience between tech nerds, the outgoing crew, a lot of variety. So it's always fun to kind of have just like I always think of it as like a large Venn diagram where the sheet of paper is the thing, and it's just kind of like your interests kind of like cover all of it. But it's good because there's times, I'm sure everyone has been there at a party or something, and you're talking to somebody and they're just like, they're telling you about them and you're just like, I have no idea anything about all this. Like the times that it happens, it becomes difficult. So having more of that stuff is always just invaluable. I found
It's funny because like certain topics, like I know enough to be in the conversation, but then like when you start going deep, it was like, all right, I mean, who was Peter Parker's fourth girlfriend? I don't know.
Honestly, those are the times where whenever I've always felt uncomfortable those times. The thing that I started doing is if I sense that someone is way more into something than I am, I just try to get them going. I just try to ignite them. I'm like, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Like, let me learn from you, Like
Just
I'm not
line
going to
them
sit
up.
here and fudge, that I know, Peter Parker's fourth girlfriend. I'm like, you tell me.
The what? No.
Yeah,
What?
like that's
Yeah,
crazy. Like, dude, oh my God. Yeah, exactly. I feel you on that.
Brilliant. Also, big fan of letting people nerd out. There's something about just like having people show you their passion and just like
right.
It's weird. It's like you sort of feed off that energy. Like, yeah, man, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Destiny. Like, what is D Flawless's entry point into the Destiny universe?
Okay, so Destiny is kind of hazy for me, right? I've basically liked it. I've been aware of it since the beginning. When D1 first came out, I think my brother, I was out of the house at the time. My brother was still at my parents' house. So I was coming over to visit and he was like, dude, how have you not played this game? It's from Bungie. They made Halo. And I was like, wait, what? And like he showed it to me and I started a Warlock right then and there. And I played it and played that opening mission. I was like, yo, this is sick. This is tight. I can't wait to get home and play it. And then he was like, well, hunters have capes. And I was like, wait, what?
The capes. They had you on the capes.
It was like, yeah, it's like they have capes and they're kind of like ninjas. I was like, wait, what? So I quickly went home. I don't think I deleted my Warlock, but I started a new character as a hunter, and then I've been hunter ever since. But I kind of dropped off a little bit, and then when Taken King came back, that's when I really kind of just hit it hard.
Absolutely.
But I've always been mostly PvP, even though I'm not super good at PvP. I just really love playing PvP. So
I was gonna say, do you? I have to ask this right now. Like, do you have the flawless title? Because your name is D Flawless.
I don't. I don't.
Dude,
my name has no relation to Destiny.
You have to get it though. Like, you have to get it. You have to get it. Continue. I'm sorry. That thought came up immediately. Please, yeah, keep going.
Maybe one of my my good PvP friends will help me get that title, so I can quit being an imposter.
Put him to it.
Then you can carry me and Perk to the lighthouse for the last part of that.
Yeah,
there you go.
The last flight. But continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying you got back into it and Taken King.
Yeah, I got into it. Taken King, loved the story. Like I always loved Cade 6, but Taken King just made me like just in love with Cade Six. And then but you
Absolutely.
killed him. We're not going to talk about that. But let's pour one out for Cade Six.
Let's do it. We do. We have to salute. We have to
But
salute.
but yeah, I mean, and it's kind of just been just from there. I kind of Destiny is the thing that made me aware of Twitch because I was like, man, how do I get better at this game? So I'm just going through YouTube and I find True Vanguard and he's like, teaching you how to snipe and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Like people make videos about this game. And I just went all the way down the rabbit hole and just like, I've just been hooked ever since. So
That's awesome. So follow-up question for that is which platform did you start on? Which platform are you currently playing on?
I started on PS4.
Okay.
And up until a little over a year ago, I've been all PS4, but I just recently switched in the last year to PC.
Nice.
So right now I main PC, and hopefully, if the pre-order gods are in my favor, I'll be able to get either a 3080 or a PS5. One of the two. Just
those are both desirables and equally a gamble. So
right.
yeah, that was where like
whichever
insane.
one I get, that's what we're gonna hope for.
Letting fate decide. I like that.
Roll
That's
the
a
dice
solid
with pre-orders.
Yeah, seriously. RNG.
So
let's say with controller. I'm so much better with controller. I've been teaching myself keyboard, and it's just like a struggle, man. But yeah, when I pick up the controller, I'm actually decent at the game.
We have one of our Moose who's in chat right now. She is Crucible Lord, and she plays on PC, but mains controller, not touching the mouse and keyboard at all.
Really?
Most of us switched over. We started on PS4 as well. Back we started in the D1 alpha. We were all into
Spirit, it.
Yes. And then basically when the game came out, I remember staying up playing D2 at launch until 7 a.m. We were trying to just get into it and get it as much stuff leveling as possible. And then I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be rough when we have to do this whole thing over again in a month when we switch over to PC. And that's basically what happened. We were literally we just went insane and then did it all again on PC. So grateful that
it doesn't matter, right? You just I love.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you something real quick about myself. I
do
have a problem. All right. And my problem is whenever there's a game that allows you to create a character, as you can tell, I'm into characters.
Yes, we can tell for sure.
I constantly recreate. So I've played the opening of Destiny and Destiny 2 probably more than anybody at this point because I constantly just recreate the character. I either don't like the way they look, and because Destiny has such a rich character creation system.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I completely. I'm with you. I'm actually shooting something this weekend where I am playing through all of the campaigns again. So I'm starting a brand new character.
Nice.
And doing all that. So I'm totally with you.
Just real fast, quick
really
shout out to our first guest on the podcast, Destiny the Meme, because ever since she opened my eyes to why aren't there Guardian beards? I can't not see it. I see beards everywhere I go, except on Guardians' faces.
I've been thinking about it a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it too. I was thinking about that this morning. I was shaving and I was like, why not on my character? Every other game, so many beard choices.
This could be us, Destiny, but you're playing games.
Yeah. I know, exactly. It's that utopian society meme where but instead of the utopian society meme, it's just everyone wearing a beard, and it's just why?
Right.
Why not Destiny? But yeah, so that's awesome. So interesting that you're PvP oriented. Before we go on, I have to ask this then. Favorite Destiny 1 Crucible map?
Favorite Destiny 1 Crucible map?
Destiny 1 Crucible map.
Crucible map. All right.
You got Rusted Lands. You got Anomaly, which came back.
That's where my mind went to first was Rusted Lands, but was that my favorite?
Rusted Lands, Cauldron. There was First Light, which is the Moon beta map, which you got a special emblem if you played on that Crucible map during the set couple of hours during the beta. Right? It had vehicles. Yes, it had vehicles. It had a little cave that you can kind of go and fart around on that map.
First Light.
And that's where you started out the Shadowkeep story expansion. You actually start on First Light, that little lunar base.
Oh gosh, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to say I'm blanking. I know there's one that I'm missing. I love them all.
Exodus Blue is one as well.
Widow's
Court. Widow's Court is another one that was classic that was added in Taken King.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that's not in D2 now that maybe I liked it but I'd say it's for me it's either Rusted Lands or Twilight Gap.
Ooh, Twilight Gap is beautiful. It gets a lot of flack. I don't know why.
Love Twilight Gap.
I'm a huge fan of Twilight Gap.
Maybe because no. What was the one? It was like a Cabal base.
There's two. There was Firebase Delphi, and then there was Black Shield. I think it was Black Shield. It was called.
I'm gonna say that one. I'm gonna say that's my favorite. Well, the one with the dome that you can go in the middle.
Yes, yes, that one's
because
excellent.
I think I had like my biggest game on that on that map. So like I've always liked it ever since then.
Right. That's actually how it works. Honestly, like however you do the best, that's when you're feeling like this is the map for me. You're like, this is my favorite map. Mine changes all the time because whenever I get a good game, I'm like, yeah, this is my map. This is just my map. Doesn't matter what it is.
When Mars comes out of the vault, if we don't get Firebase Delphi back, I'm gonna be so upset. I love that map so much.
Dude, it was so good. They had such a nice design. I'm a big fan of the asymmetric maps. I know they're not the best for trials just because you're gonna get, a team on either side, and despite the fact that you're switching sides and stuff like that, there still always is a certain point that's a little bit easier to kind of capture and maintain just in terms of position. But love to see Firebase Delphi come back. Sweet goodness on that map.
That was good. For me, I remember. I never played trials, but I remember people would complain when what was it, Scories, where people would just be in the back of the map
and just sit there and get your super.
Yep. I was like, that's not a problem I have. This map is great.
Yeah, no, it's totally legit.
You guys want to hear a D1 confession?
Sure. Hit me with it.
My only flawless trip to the lighthouse in D1 was a carry from True Vanguard.
Really?
So I met True Vanguard. I used to work for a company called Major League Gaming. I'm actually wearing an MLG shirt right now, so I guess shout out, who knows. But I was the director of the MLG Destiny Invitational back when Rise of Iron came out, and so I got to meet
watched that the other day.
You did?
I did. It came up in my recommendations. I left my room and it came back and it was on. And I was like, I
didn't even know they were still VOD. M-Tash casted with Puckett, Nkooch and Crafty and TV were all there. Amazing crew, and I like meeting them. I was like, yo, I gotta be friends with these guys. And so I ended up adding TV, and he carried my really heavy butt in his backpack all the way to the lighthouse. And we still have yet to go back. I think I went once in trials of the 9, but oof.
Yeah, I haven't. I came really close in D1 because, like I said, I don't play it that much, but I remember I have these memories, right? So I played with She Snaps. She was just pulling randoms, and I kind of won I think it was a raffle or something like that. She was just pulling people in. And we got all the way to the flawless game, and then I think I choked it. But we're gonna blame someone else.
No,
dude, it happens. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
And then in D2 Trials of the 9, I got an Nkooch carry. Same thing. I got a raffle. I won a raffle, and we actually went to the lighthouse. But since Osiris has come back in D2, I have not gone yet.
Okay.
Pro Absolution in chat, he tried once and we made some progress, but we're still working on it.
Gotcha. That's honestly like a lot of us too. We for most of the Caffeinds, we went flawless a whole ton in D1 when it came out. I remember that summer we were kind of no-lifing during the Dark Below expansion, which is if you don't remember back that far, the Dark Below expansion had nothing to do. But we managed to raid 3 times a week or 6 times a week, depending if we were running vaults and Crotas. But when Trials came out, we went all in on it. We didn't go flawless the first week. I think it was the 3rd week that it took us to get it. But that moment is still memorable. I think I still have. I don't have clips of me on Facecam, but you definitely have my PS4 audio with our chat baked in. It's Ixlock who's in chat right now, and Wells Flabeetle. That was our first flawless team. And Will, as funny as this is, I have a reputation for making fun of hunters because I'm a Titan main for life. So of course, like
Oh gosh, wait, how do I end the call? Hold
yeah,
on.
you could. Yeah, it's understandable. It's totally fine. I understand it. I just have to, I have to be myself as well. But so the whole bickering between Ixlock and I is about if hunters are too cheap, or and people always complain about Titans as well. I see absolutely the chat.
Wait, what?
Titan main, let's go. Let's go.
Asking if
I got
hunters
you.
are too cheap?
It's true. No, it's true. It's true. And I have literature that you could take a look at that we could go over. I have pamphlets.
He's got like whatever, the Watchtower pamphlet that people hand out. He's got that.
Just a tower. Yes. Yeah, it is. It's literature. But anyway, the true thing is, and I don't think you know this. My first flawless in Destiny at all was on my hunter, despite me. Yes, Blade Dancer.
Oh,
Blade Dancer. Back
shit.
when it was Blade Dancer. That was my first flawless. And on top of that, I had my new Monarchy like scarf back when the class items got you the faction rep. So I had my new Monarchy scarf on there. But that's awesome though. You literally, like, whenever you do go flawless, please tag us, because like I want to celebrate with you when that happens. Because it's just the most, like, for your namesake, you have to get. Not only do you, I'm putting this on you, so I'm gonna, if I'm cursing you, then I'm cursing you. You not only have to go flawless, but you need the flawless title.
I need the title
Because underneath D flawless, when they see you in the tower, they also need to see that flawless. You know what I mean?
I know.
D
gotta do it.
_ flawless.
You got
flawless.
Yeah, D flawless squared.
I know.
You can work with
It's got a nice ring to it.
You got to do it. You have to do it.
Maybe we'll make it happen.
Just quick shout out to Peter, aka Hero Gorgeous, for dropping the subs in chat. Thank you. Ooh. I think that you have bought our time enough to mention. When we raided you the other day, one of our streamers came in and got banned from your chat for like spamming, and he hasn't shut up about it.
He can't handle it. It's Hero Gorgeous. He's one of our veterans. He's one of our veterans.
He's been in my chat before, and like I said, that was a total accident. Like, there was a guy that I was trying to get, and then I thought I clicked him, but apparently I picked Arrow Gorgeous. So
honestly, if you accidentally can't find a way to unban him, like, we're totally like, that's 100%.
I have a screenshot.
That's 100% fine with us. If you're just like, oh man, like the system's broken, Hero Gorgeous, like I have to reinstall Windows, just be like, it's cool. We could leave him bad.
Now I'm conflicted. Do I unban or like do I?
The choice is yours. Either way, we're with you 100% because
we're with you.
Right.
We're 100% with you. We're letting flawless decide.
All right, so we've gotten your first steps into Destiny. How did you get into streaming the game?
Apparently there was this thing going around called coronavirus, and like,
what's that?
And I was just sitting at home. It's something that I've always wanted to do, like, because like you said, I go back, I went down the Twitch and YouTube rabbit hole, and I was like, man, that would be really cool to just like play Destiny and just talk about it, and like people come in and that would be your career. And so I was, I'm sitting at home during quarantine. I'm like, well, now's as good as time as any. Like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, so I just fired it up. That was a few months ago, and it's kind of just gone from there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's what a meteoric rise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know. I love the skit that you wrote in that Glad hosted you. And I forget the exact joke that you did it, but I was rolling that you're like, yeah, I'm glad about this, and I was just like, that's so golden.
You better be glad I'm over there and knock you out.
Yes. I was dying for that. That was fantastic. But yeah, dude, like that's like incredible to go from just starting up to where you're at right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I've definitely had a lot of help from some amazing people. People like Amaze, Dan Finity, Anubis, King Allen, like they've kind of just taken me under their wing and helped me out, and but also a lot of it is just networking, because for my secular job, it's basically what I have to do, right? I have to make friends. If you're wondering where my name came from, D Flawless is a reference to diamonds, because I actually sell diamonds for a living. So,
okay. Oh, wow.
So I just kind of take that and just apply it to streaming. You know, it's like, all right, I need to make friends here, but like actually make friends, because like, you ever been like someplace and you're trying to buy something and you can tell the guy's just trying to sell you something,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
and it makes you not want to buy it. Like,
100%.
so
Any
like
car
you can't do
salesman.
that. Exactly. So like for my job, I have to make friends fast, but like really make friends and like really be interested in these people. And then at that point, it's just two friends talking, and it's like, hey, this is what I think you should get because it fits your needs, your budget, whatever. So I just apply that philosophy to streaming. And I've just been not afraid to reach out and make friends and get to know people and play video games. I don't have to be streaming, but like I'll reach out with you and say, hey man, let's play some games sometime. And then if that's all that happens, great. You know, if all we have is that one time we played games together, awesome.
Yeah.
But if a friendship grows from that, even better. So, you know, and fortunately that's been able to help me grow pretty quickly from what I understand. Apparently
Yeah, dude.
I'm things are happening fast for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And honestly, like that's you hit a really good thing on the head there is, just what you're saying from your work experience, you're doing something just authentically being yourself. And I think a lot of times, like just from my own experience in the world, whenever people try too hard to shoehorn themselves into something, it kind of doesn't feel right. And you have to then kind of become the thing that you're trying to force yourself into the shape of being. When you're just yourself, you don't have to work at it.
Yeah,
You're just you know.
so
And that's
I'm a fellow nerd who likes to play video games. Let's play games together. Like, you know.
yeah,
love-
that's honestly
hearing
that's
it.
what we're all about too. Is just like the positive side of community. Like, and that's one of the things we always have to give credit to the Destiny community, which is unlike pretty much any other gaming community out there, in terms of just the warmness and the openness of the community as a whole. It's been fantastic to see. So we're glad to have you, and I'm it seems like you're glad to be here too, just because
I'm
it's
so excited. I can't stop smiling. Like, this is so fun for me.
yeah, dude,
This has
it's
been-
great.
We're not even halfway through, and this has honestly been one of the most fun one of the most fun
Absolutely.
podcasts
Really?
I've ever had. It's
Yeah.
so much fun, man.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's all about just being genuine, like just
Yeah.
being yourself. There's like I can't even say it enough. There's so much like fakeness out there, I guess is
Yeah,
the crude word for it.
So another thing about me is that I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate
Hell yeah.
fakeness.
Sucks.
Oh my gosh! Like just be yourself. Like that's
Yeah.
enough. Like, oh gosh, and I can always sniff it out too. So it's just
Absolutely.
but we won't go down that rabbit. Just spread love. Exactly.
Spread
Absolutely.
love. It's the Brooklyn way. So we spoke about sort of what you learned from selling diamonds, from networking, and what you brought to Twitch. What's something that you've learned in the past few months from streaming that you either are applying back to streaming or applying to your outside life?
Gosh, just it's more so just and I don't think I've had a problem with this, but just like the etiquette of certain things, I'm very conscious of that, of just not I'm probably overly cautious actually, like of not doing anything to make it seem like I'm trying to promote myself. Like if I'm in your channel, I'm talking to you is because I'm interested in you. I try to host and raid people who I've actually spent time in their channel, and like I like what they bring. Like so I'm just constantly growing and trying to come up with new innovative things. Like we talked about earlier, we add the karaoke to the channel. I just want to provide value and entertainment for people. So I'm always just thinking about ways I can do that, whether it be a new skit or a new channel point reward, or just every now and then I'll leave and come back and it'll be Auntie Flawless sitting in the chair just randomly. Like, so just so just stuff like that. I'm just always trying to just improve and make the experience better for everybody.
Love that.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Onwards and upwards, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about current events though. Let's talk about Destiny itself.
Yes.
Beyond Light Exotics video dropped. I'm gonna bring that up.
Oh my god.
Let's just
Let's take a
if
look
you
at it.
haven't seen this yet, like
Let's
this is not the
go
first
over
place to see it. But yeah, I'm gonna let this play, and let's just talk about the whack crazy stuff we're about to get.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's
I
so.
can't wait to be mad at Hunters once again. I almost said
Oh,
Titans.
you
Never
know
mind
what's gonna
Titans.
happen.
I'm gonna be mad at everybody except for my boys, the Warlocks.
I'm gonna be mad
Once
at everybody
again, we
twice
got
over.
shafted.
That sword animation looks sick too.
So
that
good.
spinning
Is
up
that
there.
the crown splitter animation?
It looked like it could
Is
be.
it?
He's just doing like a side spin kind of thing. So no time to explain here. You got a little Arc Soul esque little orb kind of going on, making portals and
Yeah,
stuff.
I paused
I
it here to
wonder
bring it
how
back to us.
powerful that's going to be in PvP. Like my brain automatically filters things through PvP.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
dude, yeah, we were talking about this a little bit. So, you could give us your thoughts on this too. Is when we first saw Stasis, we first saw how the ice abilities and stuff were gonna kind of they seemed insane, right? The ability to like slow people down, to freeze them, to shatter them, all that good stuff, buzzwordy.
Which, if you want to make a guardian mad, just slow him down or stop him. Like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my gosh.
oh yeah. So we're looking at like this whole thing of we're changing kind of the paradigm and kind of the vector of how Crucible is really handled, right? Crucible as it is, especially, I'm sure you've seen this play on PC, it's faster on PC. Whether or not you wanted it or not, like it's faster on PC.
I see what you did there.
You got me. The ability to just do like whip shot, like 180s, like redirect,
Yes.
especially with the Hunter, with the ability for them to kind of like roll and move and like all the other stuff. The game is faster. And I think too, one of the things that I've been waiting for is I love when games go like cross save, cross play. So I've actually been playing with a friend, an old friend, playing Destiny for the first time. We're playing on Xbox, and I'm just it kind of made me remember the fact that like the game plays a lot slower because it's 30 FPS. So I'm thinking with the game being already insane, one of the fastest movement games on PC for PvP. And I think once we get the console families up to a higher frame rate, it's going to become a faster game for them as well. So with the stasis elements in there, I think that we're going to see that's them kind of almost. Maybe they know it, maybe they don't. Maybe they're just like happy coincidence, but it almost feels like that's their way of slowing the game back down a little bit. Having these abilities that you kind of have to be before you turn a corner, before you check, you're going to have to take a little bit more caution. Am I going to slide into the slot and try to pull heavy real quick?
All ready to just stop you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like more change in the vector of how characters and players move was what I thought Stasis was bringing. So now we see something like the No Time to Explain and these other guns that we're going to show off. What's your philosophy on like the speed and where you think it's going with the new stuff in Beyond Light?
So there's a fine line between being cheesy and being, powerful.
Yes.
So I want the new abilities and weapons and everything to be powerful, but if it crosses the cheesy threshold, then it's like, all right, yo, Bungie, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So, with the ice, I think they clarified it a little bit. I get the impression like when the freezing enemies aspect of it, if you're frozen, that means you're already dead. That's kind of the way I understand it.
Same.
Now, if I'm alive and you free, like if I'm full health and I turn a corner and you throw a smoke bomb at me and I'm frozen, I'm gonna be upset.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
because that's a free kill,
right?
Like,
But
There's,
like May, if you've played Overwatch, the
there is
May
something-
kill where she freezes you and gets you.
From a few TWABs ago, they talked about the mechanics of being frozen, and they said
Yes.
like when you're frozen, you kind of have a choice of am I going to take damage to escape the ice, or am I going to sit here and wait for it to expire, and maybe I get
Apparently
shattered,
match
maybe I
out.
don't. So
either way, that's a bad proposition for a PvP player.
but
It is.
it makes me wonder, like, are you taking less damage when you're frozen? Like, what?
That's the thought that we had too.
Why are they giving you that choice if that's not the case?
Yeah.
That might be a PV. Well, no, I mean, yeah, that would only really apply in PV. Well, I guess PVE enemies can have stasis abilities.
Yeah.
Presumably. Yeah.
Well, we have seen some Fallen with like eye beams that we assume are stasis because they're stasis colored. So
right.
who knows? I do like going back to our the gun we were just looking at. No Time to Explain though. Absolution brought up this idea. Arc Soul, No Time to Explain. plus getaway artist.
Oh
Um, turret build / pet builds. Moose says so. We are officially a true MMO now. How do you guys feel about sort of auto turrets and like double auto turrets on a player?
Hate it.
my gosh, that's just toxic.
I hate it. It's too much. I can't. Especially if
I
it's
already
on.
rage when I die to an Arc Soul. Like I don't need Arc Soul plus Stasis Buddy.
Exactly.
It's the buddy brigade. But here's something interesting. The arc soul is projectile, so it can miss. This looks like it's hit scan. So this looks like that bullet comes out that portal, it's in you. Like
yeah. My thought too is, what if this almost, if you could play the clip again, if you don't mind, it almost kind of reminded me of the name is escaping me right now. It's the pulse rifle. It's an exotic pulse rifle in the energy slot.
Graviton Lance.
Graviton Lance, thank you. Where those little arc or Axion bolts, the darts, kind of came out and searched. So, like, are they searching? I want to take a look again and kind of see exactly what they're doing. There's that sweet sword spin with an overshield. Looks like when he's doing it.
So I think it's probably going to be like, if I had to guess how they're going to make this balance, is that little buddy is basically going to be like Firefly, except that, so like it'll be very brief and it'll kind of just quickly search for an enemy to shoot. I mean, really, if it lasts longer than that, then it's probably going to be overwhelming.
What's interesting to me is here, I'm pausing on this frame. You can see it. It's just hanging out here. It's right here in the middle of the frame. Something that's interesting to me is like in D1, No Time to Explain, the lore behind it was that like its exotic perk used like time travel to pull the bullets you missed back into the magazine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if the portal, what if these are some of the bullets that you missed in D1? They're just coming out and slapping enemies.
They're finally catching up.
Well, I got a lot of bullets loaded up. If that's
oh god, that would actually kind of be interesting if you overshot, like if you wasted bullets, procced that effect, and then had it just like dumpster out bullets. That'd be kind of sick.
It's too late to miss. We've done our missing in D1. It's coming back in D2, and every shot you missed in D1 is there. Let's move on to Cloud Strike. This one we saw. This one we saw in the teaser. Everyone's like, "Yo, is this No Land? Is this Borealis?" Because it had like the 3 cylinders. Let's watch it. It does lightning on precision hits. And I've slowed this down.
Strife.
It's pretty looking, for sure.
I'm a sucker for a good sniper. It kind of gives me the Zen Meteor vibes.
I was going to say the same thing.
I haven't thought about that gun in years.
Zen Meteor was such a weird little gun because that was a PS4 exclusive, right?
Yep. I got that thing to proc once.
I was gonna say, I think I went into like, I don't think I've ever gotten it in PvP. I think I went to just be like, let me try this stupid gun. Like I've never.
One time I got the big explosion. I was like, I did it.
And you're like, all right, this cool. Thanks. We're gonna put this away now. Like, what do I do with this? We're gonna go back to Whisper or Spindle in that case. No, so is this a sword? That is a sword, right?
This is a chain sword.
Barrier shields.
A la Warhammer 40k.
I'm all about it. It's got two
like,
types of serrations on it. Like, look at that thing. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Is this from Troy? Like, what is this?
Dude, I don't know, but it's dope.
I want to just equip them all at the same time. Like,
I love the swords.
Icefall Mantle.
We're going to watch the sword again when we talk about it. So we have a sword that's just devoted to shredding barriers. It looks like it one-hits this hobgoblin.
He was a hob in, looks like an anti-barrier shield.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a sleeper like sword. It's going to have some added effect that Bungie either didn't account for or they're not talking about. I feel like this is going to be like the new Gallahorn. For whatever reason, I just get that feeling about this sword.
Well,
I don't mind that. I didn't even mind Void Drinker. I loved the fact that it was. I mean, one Void Drinker reminded me, and the same with the Falling Guillotine from this season. It felt like the sword spin from Zelda, like when you charge it up and you got like a nice little spin on it. Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that I'll give Bungie a lot of credit for is, and I know Dado mentioned this in his video back about it, was like he's like, I don't want to see Gallahorn or Hawkmoon come back because they were so beyond busted in Destiny 1 that if you were going to bring those weapons back, there's no way to either to make them fair and balanced in the current sandbox, or to make them feel as epic as they were, when they first were rampantly used in Destiny 1. But I don't mind their like damage output total being put into a weapon that kind of basically forces you to get close with the swords. If you're saying that, like, if you're feeling like it's going to be a sleeper hit,
high reward,
yeah, I think that's a good way to juxtapose giving a player that power fantasy, that like high damage output, but kind of making them do more than just like, wee, Gallahorn, tracking, cool, bye, 2 shots, reload, jumping behind a rock, hanging out for a bit, kind of forcing a player to do something a little bit more skillful, survive a little bit longer with it.
Go invis, get just whatever you got to do to get up in close and get your damage and get out.
Yeah, if you're a hunter, you get to just go invis on command and just kind of like do whatever you want. So that's
okay, buddy.
That's definitely a thing. See, what we have to do is we have to run at them. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
We got to run at them,
and then talk to me about how dangerous.
Let's go.
Okay, this
Let's
is good.
go.
This is true. Before we go on to the next exotic, though, it does look like that like right trigger move is kind of a gap closer. So we might have a little bit of assist there.
Little lunge action there.
So Icefall Mantle. This is the breaking news of all breaking news in Destiny 2. Look at how broken this is. Replaces Barricade with Overshield.
I'm so ready because I hate Barricade. It's so not useful. Let's go. Look at that boy.
I need to talk to whoever at Bungie just feels the need to constantly give Titans more overshields.
Dude, it's gonna be totally fine.
Okay, but don't you have Worm Husk? Like,
guys, they nerfed that in the first hour it was out. Like,
Worm Husk is just like, peace, I'm out, heal me. Just like rolling around with it. I use that whenever I play.
I'm going to be so mad when I go up against a Titan and he's just got an overshield because it's his Barricade.
I was just like, let's go, dude. That's not bad. If it forces you to actually use an ability, I think that is fine. If I have to spend or spec energy into being more tanky, that is the MMO, elements and stuff that we've been wanting like all the time.
I'm hoping that there's a lot of counterplay with stasis, but to my fellow warlocks who are watching and are listening, I feel your pain. Let's move on. More pain.
Oh, your pain of Top Tree Dawnblade, where you could fly up in the sky. And
I'm sorry. Our next thing has invincibility frames.
Goodness.
Now this is my baby right here. This is my baby. This once I acquire this.
Depressed.
It's never coming off. It's never coming off. Look at that beautiful ninja movement. Oh my goodness. It's so sexy.
I am upset. So for Coffee Hazard, our resident veteran, I'm gonna call this next exotic. Go ahead and throw that back up. I need to do this for Dan. It's called Athre's Embrace.
Athre's.
All right. There you go. There you go, Dan.
Arthritis Embrace.
For you, Dan, I got you. Will is a traitor. Let's go. Let's look at this thing. It looks cool. I like the art. I like the armor style.
Are we done talking about what we just saw?
I know.
Like, hold
There's
on.
nothing to see. There's nothing to see.
All over the
It's John Cena. You can't see me. Shift out of existence.
There was a glitch that he had his second hammer out, and that hunter should be dead.
He had the sword and he just died and closed the gap.
Up right like that. He's gotta
God, give it to me now.
It's wrong. It's so
give
wrong.
Give it to me right now.
Take my money.
Take my money. It's free, but I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
$60 US. Name your price.
I don't want it.
So,
thanks. I hate it.
Adding shift to dodge. So dodge itself, you're not invincible. You have a few, like I think one of the dodges you have like a frame or so of invincibility. Am I right?
A couple iframes.
But like this looks like the whole thing, you just don't exist on the map. You could tank like a whole axe, a whole hammy, a whole Dawnblade.
Yeah.
My mind immediately went to, so you have that ability, you get a little bit of tankiness. If you're on Top Tree Night Stalker, are you also going to go invis when you come out of that blink? Like,
bro,
oh my goodness.
You're going to go to jail because I'm arresting all the hunters.
Straight to jail.
You're going straight to jail. You go to stasis jail.
Man. It's gonna be so
all the
like
hunters.
it's. But hey, I mean, everyone's gonna be rocking stasis classes. You could be the hipster in the fire team that's still on Shadow Shot,
Yeah. So
but just to go invisible.
if you're not using the last exotic that we saw and you use this one, I don't know what to say to you. This is cool, I guess. Superior weighted knife.
This looks cool, honestly. This one looks sick. I love this.
Bounce.
Doink, doink, and he got him.
And it looks like it has a decent amount of tracking too, which I like.
Yep.
I'm thinking there's got to be like a nice, like thick hitbox. Like once maybe there's like a multiplier, the more surfaces it bounces off of, the tracking becomes better or something. Like that is a far banked shot.
Like he's not even aiming for the guardian. He's just like, yo, I'm a double bank this.
That's definitely got tracking.
Like, that's gotta.
There's no way that's pure skill. Like imagine being the guy at Bungie whose job it is to be like to hit this mid PvP match.
Yeah.
Just sit there for 20 hours.
Moose says apparently on precision hit it causes a bigger stagger, which is interesting.
That's cool.
That's pretty tight.
That's actually kind of useful on champions in PvP or PvE.
I like the classes that have like super skill shots. Like I'm known for using Middle Tree Solar Titan with Hammy, just because like I love like banking the hammer shots off in Crucible and like finishing people with it and stuff. But like the knives, like the weighted knife that tracks and stuff like that actually looks sick. Like I like that. And specking into it.
Good. I don't like of those two. I don't know what. Like I'll probably play around with the knife to get used to it, and then I'll just go back to my blink dodge.
That blink dodge. I wonder what the cooldown is like. I wonder if that's going to be something kind of like we've seen with like Icarus Dash, where it has sort of like an in-game coded cooldown or something like that. It's going to be interesting to see how much you can use that. Same as with the Astrocyte verse, which is the augmented warlock thing, where it kind of like changes the cooldown. So I definitely need to
crank that mobility up, baby.
All right, so next one's from my boys, my fellow Dawn Blades. Improved burns and daybreak damage.
Fellow cheaters.
This is okay. Daybreak is not the problem. Hold on. Will rant. Exclamation point. Will in chat. Daybreak, not the problem with top tree warlock.
You don't even know the name of it.
Like
it's not the problem.
It's true. Because it's not the problem. The problem is high mobility for you guys. You can't track us. We go too fast. We're fast as fuck. And long range melee with splash damage that you guys can't deal with. And then also heat rises to get when you get got on like off
and then I am so offended that you said and then heat rises, as if heat rises isn't the first thing that you think of when the start of a trials round comes up and you fly up in the sky and you get on a rock that nobody else can get and you snipe somebody and you're like, where is this guy?
It's true.
I can't do it. 2v1 Will.
So we
have the high ground.
Listen,
actually you do, but technically. But anyway.
To be expected.
That makes that is humongous.
Splash.
That is humongous.
Yeah, big explosion. That's almost like a mini Nova looks like.
So
does
this champion? Let's go forward a little bit. Does this champion, which is this isn't a barrier knight? It's a barrier knight. He gets hit by one blade, then burns to death.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And everything died.
The other guy caught. Look at this. It says grips on it. Look at that.
Actually, you know what? Looking at this video again, I think this would be a big PvP. I mean, you could just take out a whole control zone. Like one blade.
Big Iron Banner energy. But look at what happens. I think when the dregs die, they explode and then catch the other guys on fire.
Yep.
Oh, kind of like Sunshot.
Yep.
Yo, this does say grips on it.
It says grips. Grip GRP5.
This is the next one. A lot of people have been freaking out about this. Hey, 303 on the sidearm. Shout out to the Cosmodrome in the background. Necrotic grip.
We're just
gonna pause here. This is some sort of skin. This is freaky. Like there's just some gross ass skin pulled over your wrist.
It's dope, dude. It's fine. It's warlocks. Just warlock things.
I mean, yeah,
it's fine. It's just warlock things. They need to.
Now, this one actually has me interested. Like I would dabble with the warlock to play around with this thing.
It's pretty dope looking, and just like I'm thinking of warlocks, like one look like they have an incredible amount of like crowd control now. Look at this. My thought was this too is we're very raid centric in Caffeinds, so I'm always thinking of just how different classes and different subclasses can sort of fill those classic RPG like roles of like maybe we're gonna actually start seeing more enemies on screen at once. Like maybe we're gonna actually be inundated with mobs. We kind of have it a little bit easy, to be honest with you.
I mean, we got more powerful systems coming out that can handle all that action. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And we do need to talk about top 3 melee for like Dawn Blade, because I am very excited to eat my grenade, say enemy AC 130 above, jump over somebody and poison them from the sky.
Totally toxic in the most literal sense.
Literally
toxic.
Yes.
Yep.
And I am the dad joke guy. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is just you're running aground on this, and I will not stand for it.
Look,
Busted.
the class wars have begun.
Again.
I mean, we got all 3 classes on the podcast right now.
This happens more often than not, surprisingly. We keep interviewing hunters.
Hunters. There's so many hunters.
So this one, I really love the aesthetic of this. So this is called Precious Scars. It's a Titan helmet. Reviving someone creates a shielding art. Before we go on, this is the whole aesthetic of this is a reference to this like Japanese repair arts where where you put like a vase back together and you cover the cracks in gold. Love it.
I love it. I love the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
I also love that it's sort of like a cowl. They got to stop with this. They did this on One-Eyed Mask. The little boop on top of the Titan helmets, like that little doop thing.
Like, you mean the World War I like German helmet type thing?
But it's not like a blade. There's just like a little boop. Like, I hate it.
Also, like, what is do you think it increases the range of revive? Because like
I would be interested. That was something that did happen in D1. Those exotics.
Look at how far away he was when he starts that slide.
Yeah,
he's already rezzed.
I could be wrong. Isn't that what Alpha Lupi does? Or
it did. Yes. I don't know if it does it in D2, but I know that each class had one in D1, and I know that they did change the distance of where you could go and the speed as well. Because you used to be able to run, literally hold down like the square button or whatever your res button was, run by your buddy's orb and have him rezzed. I know that was definitely a thing that you could do. You could sprint through an area. So be curious to see. I'd be curious to see. I love the aesthetic of it though.
Curiouser and curiouser. All right, this is one that we've seen in plenty of videos from before. It's now called Salvation's Grip. It's like one of the only things we know to be actually a stasis weapon. It's a grenade launcher. It launches stasis projectiles. Beep.
I like it. It looks cool. Kind of reminds me of just in terms of its aesthetic a little bit. Kind of reminds me of the Brute grenade launcher, I think it was from Halo.
The Brute shot.
Through that ice right there.
Brute shot.
Yeah, that's
what the tactical advantage of that is.
So we think that it's a Titan ability. We've done a few of these shot by shot like analyses on this channel, as you can tell. And every time they show a slide, it's a Titan sliding through and breaking somebody. So we assume that it's a Titan ability akin to like a shoulder charge.
Okay.
And it looks like also we see what a stasis shield on this captain. Let me see if I can stop it before we see it. It looks like an arc shield, but it explodes when hit. So
Show me.
Right there. So he slides through, gets the damage, hits the dude with stasis, punches him, and the shield explodes.
Okay.
So I'm worried for my colorblind bros who will have trouble. Oh wow,
yeah.
I'm dumb. Hold on, let me go back and actually show
I was
that.
gonna say I'm trying to imagine it. This felt like
why didn't you say anything, guys?
I was
Explain it to me in great detail.
I'm not watching it. So yes,
he doesn't take splash damage either. If you notice that, he popped a grenade up pretty much point blank.
You would think he would die from that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is an arc shield, but like,
maybe it's part of it or something.
We definitely see the melee go off. He slides through here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Maybe sliding just breaks stasis.
I think a thing. Well, it also might be a thing with the new class system. We don't know how they're implementing it yet. We don't know what actually triggers the slide. So we'll see.
That's true.
And then the little tease here for the pre-order stuff. For more, no time to explain. The skin, the sparrow, and the exotic catalyst, which just makes the portal fire faster. You get the exotic ornament frozen in time, and you get that cool sparrow called Any Other Sky.
I feel like that catalyst is going to just kick that thing up to a level where it's going to be pretty deadly.
I was thinking that too. It's kind of interesting the way that Bungie has approached a season pass with Destiny. For most other games, like with Warzone or even going back to Fortnite, you would see where it's really just cosmetics. They're desirable cosmetics, but Bungie has done something interesting, which is I know we talked about this a lot before it actually happened, which we were worried that like just handing out an exotic to people that paid for it was going to be problematic and forcing other players to hit level 50 to acquire it for free. So far, I gotta kind of say it's not felt like you're at a detriment if you don't have the season pass versus if you do. You have access to the gun and stuff a little bit quicker, but it's not that bad. I honestly thought way worse of Bungie just handing out exotics that were potentially like really powerful. Like the Wither Horde is very powerful. Ariana's Vow is a great weapon. It's a very big, very definitely a big choice when you're going to do like a Grandmaster Nightfall or something like that, with dealing with those the special enemies and stuff. But it's kind of interesting because you mentioned the catalyst for the no time to explain. So it kind of is a weird thing. Bungie has flipped their position. Instead of going, well, LFG must have Galahorn and a 750 credit score. Now they're just kind of like, hey, here's you can have the exotics, straight off the rip. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They're handing us the really powerful stuff to start with.
I think it's going to be like, kind of to your point, just you're going to get the exotic relatively easy, but that catalyst is what you really want.
It's true. Yeah, that augment of it for sure. That's definitely what we've seen. We've been doing a lot of raid prep with our clanmates, trying to get everybody the catalyst for their whispers and all that other good stuff. So
it really makes
I don't have, by the way. If anyone wants to help me out with that.
What don't you have? What don't you have?
I'm such a lazy guardian. I don't have the whisper or the what's the other one? The outbreak catalyst.
Let's get it.
Okay,
let's do it.
You have the guns though, right?
I have the guns. I just don't have the catalyst.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that with you. Yeah. Let us know.
Awesome.
I haven't finished my whisper catalyst, but yeah, this makes me wonder, like, how you would acquire that catalyst outside of pre-order, because that's not a season thing. That's like you got to pay money to, or like a digital deluxe to get it. I
have a feeling it might be one of those things, sort of like how we saw. Sorry to cut you off. In the Cosmodrome when they were giving out the catalyst for Risk Runner to players that didn't have it. But if you already had it, they just gave you like some other stuff.
Wait, didn't the catalyst for Risk Runner not exist until that quest?
It existed and it was given out in Nightfalls, I believe. And then they changed. They tweaked a couple of the way that the catalyst dropped. When that story mission came out, they removed it from the strike playlist. Mm-hmm. They put it specifically in that mission. So if you didn't have it, you got it from finishing that mission. And then if you did have it, you just got like I think more materials or something like that.
That was such a great mission.
I love that. Yeah, I loved going back to Cosmo. I mean, I'm a huge, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Cosmodrome.
Are you a cosmopolitan?
I am a cosmopolitan.
I'm a cosmonaut.
I've been. Everybody knows I've been just waiting for the day that the Cosmodrome. I was watching the reveal trailer. I don't know if I was in chat with you guys.
I might actually cry
when they announced the Cosmodrome. I was like popping off. I literally yelled at my screen. I'm like, "Give me Vault of Glass, you cowards!" And then the next frame, there's Vault of Glass, and I was like, "Yes!" Like it's here. I'm so excited. I love that.
The Cosmodrome has just so much memories from especially if you load in and it's that same load in on that little hill. You see the little ship and the oh my god, like dude,
it was perfect. Yeah.
Oh man, if they bring that back, I might get a little emotional. That doesn't happen much.
So. Yeah, I will get Misty.
Let's do like a compilation reaction video, just like everybody that we know like crying as they load into the Cosmodrome.
Yeah,
I should. Yeah.
Like those Smash reactions, like when Minecraft Steve was announced and everyone lost their shit. It's like everyone's like, "Oh my god, my eyes are up."
I know. Dude, it's gonna be sick. I'm really excited to go. And we're gonna get to it later too. So we're gonna go over patch notes, but we have a new surprise that's gonna meet new Guardians in the Cosmodrome. It's been so funny because we've had a number of my friends have especially since the whole quarantine thing have been like, all right, you've been playing, all I ever see you wear is Destiny shirts, and that's all you ever play when you're on Steam. So like, let me try this game, and I'm just like, yes, let me show you.
Got him.
Let me show you the ways. And every single one of them, yes, another one. Every single one of them are like, dude, these quests like suck. Like, what am I doing here? Like, how am I doing this? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, they're redoing the whole thing. I was like, come to the tower. We're gonna go to see this side character that you're gonna meet twice. She's gonna give you all the quests that you need. But yeah, I'm
She's gonna
super,
give you these quests
pumped.
and like the chaperone, and then you'll never talk to her again.
Yep, you'll never go. You might barely ever go into this tower, and
Unless
you really won't.
Do you have Prime Gaming? Then you'll talk to her a lot, once a month.
Yeah, you'll talk to her once a month. That's basically it. She's the Prime Gaming vendor. But yeah, so I'm super pumped for cosplay.
Wait, what is? Hold on. What is Prime?
Twitch Prime is now
Twitch
Prime
Prime
Gaming.
has
Let me
been
tell
renamed
you about that, guys.
Prime
If
Gaming.
you have Amazon Prime and you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you have something called Prime Gaming, and once a month you get to drop a subscription on any creator that you choose to do so. I highly recommend you do it on our buddy here, D Flawless at twitch.tv. D_flawless. Is that true? Is that it? Is that the right URL? Hell yeah.
That is it.
Nailed it. But also, we have plenty of people that do that for us here as well. And we love you and we thank you. And all of your subs go towards making this community stream even better. And yeah, our shows are apparently our clan raid prep is happening. But yes,
raid prep is happening. Yes.
That is Prime Gaming. Flawless, and that is how you do a plug.
So wait, does it have a effect in game? Like, does Amanda Holiday?
So once a month, you can redeem. If you go to, there's like a Twitch website where you just click redeem rewards, and she drops like exotics that you might not have had from like year one. Their catalyst, a skin for it, and maybe an exotic ghost shell or a sparrow.
Why do
some shaders.
You know about this?
I don't know, man. I thought everyone knew about this.
Where have you been, D-Flows? Go ahead.
Either he has legitimately never heard about it, or he is giving you the best layup I have ever heard for advertising.
He's just committing to the layup.
It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Okay. All right. I was gonna say, dude, you could not have done a better just like layup, like setup shot.
She gives you free stuff.
Dunk that. She does. She does give you free stuff.
Just high five you through the internet, D.
Winks into the camera.
Yeah. It's like, got him. Yeah, no, she gives you free stuff. She gave out, I think this month she's giving out, or it was last month, was the tractor cannon and the skin for it. It's like an exotic, like a ship and like a skin.
I'm upset. I could have been getting stuff from Holiday.
I think you get to. I think you actually get to go back. I think you might be okay.
Really? All right.
I think you can, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But definitely do it.
But definitely start at least this month.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's worth. But I guess let's move on to like Beyond Light. Like, what are your plans for launch, man? What do you got on the horizon for a month from now?
It kind of depends on work, man. To be honest, I'm definitely going to be into it deep. I may be sick on launch day.
Yes. It's a crazy flu.
I've never been like a day one raid guy, but I do want to just dive into it and kind of learn the systems and play around with the new exotics. Hopefully, if I'm able to get the ones that I want. But yeah, I'm just gonna hit it real hard. I might actually go for a title, whatever the Beyond Light title is. I actually have no titles in the game.
Really?
I'm a super casual. If you haven't realized,
that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like the thing is, if you're having fun, like that's really the big thing.
I play the game to have fun.
I think in our clan, our veterans, I think we forced some of them to be less casual than they were. I think if it was up to them, they would just have fun. And we were like, listen, there's none of that here. There is none of that. We don't have fun. We have spreadsheets. We have things to do. We have things to check off. Listen, we don't have time. Fun doesn't have time. But no, that's actually that's great though. I kind of envy that ability to just kind of absorb it and take it in. Just because we're always kind of so much like, I mean, we've gotten the last 2 raid jackets. We're decided this year to try to up our game a little bit and go for the 24-hour emblem. Try to get the first completion in while the contest.
This is the first time I've actually considered doing that. and it's honestly because I am streaming, I do have more friends to play with, which was another I didn't get into, which was another reason I actually started streaming. To have more people to play with.
Yeah.
But so I might go for the 24 hour. It really depends on work because it's going to come out at a crazy time for me. I work at a jewelry store, and that's kind of closer to the holiday season. So as you can imagine, so
Yeah, absolutely.
a lot of it's going to be dependent on that.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope if you want to that you get the opportunity to. I know for us in the Caffeinds, we'd love to do a raid with you. Whether whenever you get some free time to do it, because we're huge on the raids. It's one of our favorite things. We're actually going to be starting up our challenges just to get our day one team kind of in like fighting shape. We're going to be doing some raids with like blue weapons. We're going to be doing some things where we force like one of each exotic in the fire team. Like we can't bring multiple whispers. Like only one of us can bring a whisper, and different kinds of stuff like that, which is pretty exciting.
Really important question from Moose in chat. Pineapple on pizza. Where do you stand in this ongoing debate?
Brooklyn style, Alfredo sauce, pineapple, ham, jalapeno.
Okay, jalapeno.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
No, you got to do it. It's you can keep the red sauce if you're into that kind of thing, but Alfredo kicks it up to a new level.
I gotta try it.
Okay.
I might even try to make it.
I wouldn't have thought about jalapenos. That's kind of an interesting one. I'm gonna try.
You got the sweet and you got the heat, and then the ham gives you the salty. The Alfredo's a little, got your little creaminess there. It's like the perfect balance. It's
the Parmesan gives you the umami.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Try
Dude,
it.
I feel like I love pineapple in general. I eat a lot of just plain pizza because I'm spoiled because our pizza is phenomenal up here. But so I eat it. I'll eat it anyway.
But yeah, I am pro pineapple on pizza. Whether you do the traditional pineapple red sauce and everything, but try the flawless slice. I'm gonna dub it
the flawless slice.
Yo,
I like that.
I'm gonna make that. Like I've been I'm trying to buy like a pizza stone for my oven and everything. One of the first pizzas I'm gonna make in honor of flawless is gonna be the flawless pie.
There you go.
Good.
Very nice. Tell me how you like it. Tag me.
We'll fucking do it all over Instagram and our food channel in the Discord. So we know that Beyond Light will also have 2 more expansions to follow it. We know we're not getting a new engine, but we're getting tweaks. We're not getting Destiny 3. We're getting a continuation of Destiny. How does that make you feel as like a player going forward?
Personally, I'm fine with it. I mean, if they're continually upgrading, so we have sunsetting, right? So it's not like we're going to be constantly using the old weapons. So they have to bring us new weapons, or at least revamp the weapons that are already in the game. So as long as it always feels fresh and there's new stuff to do, new characters, new story, I'm for it. I mean, I don't really care about a number at the end of the title.
Okay. Do you think that I always ask this of our guests too? Do you think that we're going to get anything else after? Do you think Destiny ends in 3 years? What are your feelings about that?
Man, I don't know. That's so hard to ask. I mean, I can see them just like, if anything, just kind of transitioning to like, just dropping the number completely and just taking like the WoW route, and just, every new major expansion it's essentially a new game, but they're just going to keep the same title. Yeah, I mean that file size is going to get bigger and bigger, but that's what the vault is for. So
it's true.
I totally forgot to ask you this. Have you played any other MMOs other than Destiny?
Not. I've dipped my toes in the water. Let's say that.
Okay.
I like it. My problem is because I am a very busy man.
Yeah.
So like I work a full-time job, retail hours. That's kind of crazy. So like, and Destiny is so comfortable for me. So like when I want to play a different game, like it's like, man, do I want to spend the time to learn this new game, get into this world and all that? It's like, or do I just want to go home and just shoot some dregs, just like,
right.
So
yeah. Absolutely.
Yes and no. The last game I was able to successfully break away from Destiny from was Final Fantasy VII Remake. I spent a good
Okay.
bit of time with that, but
It's a good one.
I do dabble, but it is hard. It's hard to break away.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's there's a lot to, especially in like an MMO. There's a lot to immerse yourself in. A lot of just
Right.
stats
All
min maxing,
systems and
finding a little niche for yourself where you fit into it and
I
everything
really
going.
want to get into Final Fantasy 14. Like I've restarted that game about 10 times now, and I'm waiting for the update that supposedly makes it easier for new players.
They I think it just came out recently because
Did it?
about a month ago I went on we kind of took a little bit of a break from Destiny. We were waiting to kind of get it closer to Beyond Light to jump back in with our prep. But I went on like a bender of playing like every MMO I can get my hands on. And I played it just as that happened. So I do think that is available now if you wanted to dip the toes in. It's a good time, I think.
Yeah, I've that's something I've been thinking about doing recently is just kind of until Beyond Light comes, just trying out other games.
Yeah.
My channel is primarily like 98% Destiny, but I do want to try
Absolutely.
some other stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely feel you on that.
we've been branching out and trying to figure out like how do we avoid Destiny burnout before we know life pre-patch
yeah.
and then into the expansion. So we definitely feel you there. Yeah, shit, man. It's felt like this entire time has just flown by, but we've sort of reached the end of the show here.
Have we? Goodness.
Wait, what?
Okay. Yeah, this felt like no time at all.
Right? D.
Yeah.
Wow. Getting warmed up, man. What are you talking about?
Consider this an open invite to come on the show whenever you want.
Anytime.
Please just let us know. We love you, man.
Absolutely.
But please, you gotta let them know, like Hot One style. Camera is your camera. Look right at it. That camera, this camera, it's still your camera.
It's just your camera.
It's just your camera. What's coming up for you? Where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/theflawless is where I stream live. I'm a family-friendly entertainer playing mostly Destiny 2. And the Twitter at @the_D_flawless. That's where you can catch the Flawless Goes live videos with Auntie, Uncle, and Showtime. But yeah, I mean, I'm always looking to meet new friends. So if you come in the Twitch or if you come on the Twitter, I'm always down to game with new people. So hope to see you in the chat or on the Twitter. And that's it for me. I'm always putting out new stuff. So just stay tuned to those channels, and you'll see whatever I'm doing.
Can't wait to hit that with a fat retweet.
Oh yeah.
So for us here at the Caffeinds, of course, we're always trying to plug our Discord, Discord in the chat. You know what? I need to start putting in the YouTube links. I just realized I haven't done that. So if you're watching on YouTube or in Spotify, go ahead and click the link to our Discord. Join us, hang out with us. We want to make friends with you and help you with anything you guys need with Destiny. Like Perk said, we are starting our raid prep for the beginning of Beyond Light. We are definitely trying to get the 24-hour emblem, but my little tryhard heart always believes that maybe one day we can do worlds first. And if you, like our friend D, need some help getting some of those like a checklist of exotics or catalysts, hit us up. Yeah, dude, come on into our Discord. Come on in, and we're here to help you. Like the best way to get to learn a game is to teach the game. So we are like. Us helping you guys is a way of us helping ourselves, and we also love the community. So join us, come and hang out. Follow us on Twitch, on the YouTubes. Make sure you subscribe on Spotify. Leave some good reviews so we can continue to grow. And I think that's it. We already did the
also website soft launch caffeines.gg by next Thursday. Caffeines.gg going to be some really cool stuff, starting with some raid guides for just new stuff. How does all that stuff go? Some reviews, some weapon of the week type of things. A lot of new stuff going to be coming through on caffeines.gg. And for those of you, we're going to be promoting this a lot more. For anybody that doesn't have a clan, if you're looking for a group to play with, come join us. I don't know if you said that in the spiel, Will, but we do have a secondary and auxiliary clan called the Caffeines Crew. If anyone needs a home, we got you. We can set you up with the right way to do all the stuff.
Final order of business. I kind of want to start doing this. So Dan Fanity introduced us to D. We were up in Dan's channel, and he was like,
Yes.
"Yo, Caffeinds, you got to have D on your show." I want to pay that forward. D, call someone out. Call your shot. Who should we have on the show
Who can?
next?
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many. I don't wanna offend any. I mean, there's Amaze, who's a great creator, who's helped me out a lot in my growth, and also Anubis, who actually I give the credit to Anubis, for the Flawless Goals Live videos is all because of his tweet, and I was like, I gotta do something different. I gotta stand out. So I would love to see Anubis on here, and also he has a very attractive voice. So
Awesome.
that would be awesome if we can get him in here. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask me every week, and I'll have a new person to tell you like who should be on the show. Like there's so many people that I'm fans of.
That's awesome.
We'll probably take you up on that, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
This is normally the part of the show where we raid a Destiny channel. So, Perk, who do you think we should go for today?
I can hit you with it. Did we end our recording for podcasts and all that stuff? Oh, we're still doing that.
We're
Okay.
still live.
We have Jess is live. We have Orihime's live. We could find somebody new. We could find a new friend too. That's always an option.
Let's throw it over to.
You got somebody? We can do that too. D, do you have anybody that's on that we can kick it to?
I'm checking right now. Actually,
Yeah.
let's see.
Glad to do that too.
If there's
always down to spread love.
Following.
No pressure. It's not like this is recorded or anybody's going to know
mean,
you didn't pick them or anything
there's
like that.
Cardboard Arm Man, who's awesome. There's Silver Spear. There's a few people.
I think I see Silver Spear as well. Let's do Silver Spear. Guys, thank you for watching episode 16 of the Caffeinds Cast. We'll be back next Thursday. This Saturday, I'm live. Sunday Fun Day. Not sure if it's up. We'll have to update you guys. Check the
Next
Twitter. Monday, Lucas. Tuesday, Perk. Wednesday, Moose. And then we're back here again. We'll see you guys then. Stopping the recording.